First things first. First thing first. It's me, Captain Visor. As we live action, you already know what it is, and damn, it feels good to say that again. And it feels great to be back. But on a super serious note, I want to personally and really thank each and every one of you who have been showing all of your care and concerns. You know, we all know the tragic thing that happened with me, and yes, I bounced back. New place, everything is going good for me now. But for everyone showing their concern through all the different types of medium, through PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, Facebook fan page, personal page, through YouTube, even emails, the constant concern, you know, I really appreciate that. And yes, I have been keeping up with Bleach. You know, just because I wasn't able to put out videos doesn't mean I wasn't reading Bleach. And there has been some craziness going on and some shocking events and moments, and there were some chin scratchers, head scratchers, face palming, temple rubbing, you know, just having that face like, what did I just read type of moments in Bleach. But here I am back to give you the reviews. Yes, the reviews will be back on schedule weekly. Alright, and yes, as you can see, the upgraded backdrop. Now with this one I'm going to do, as you can see Tosen, Zanpakuto, Kenpachi's, and Grimmjow. Now, we all know I put out the sword unboxing, so the more Bleach sword unboxings I put out, you know, the more Zanpakutos I buy, I will fill this up. I mean, next it may be Renji's Abumaru, or Uruharu's Benihime, or Toshiro's Hyarimaru. So, the thing is, with the poster, I may keep this one up, you know, the wall scroll. I have a different one, I may switch it out. But Ichigo's full bring Shikai, that won't fit right here. And this Zanpakuto right here, Ichigo's Tensei Zangetsu in the corner, that won't fit right here either. So I'm just going to keep this all Bleach Zanpakutos right here for my Bleach reviews, you know, to keep the whole Bleach theme. Now, Bleach chapter 621. I believe what is the Dark Curtain. Now, of course, with Mimi Hagi being absorbed by Juai, it's like it goes away. We see the reaction from the effects of Ukitake as he falls down. You know, everyone is wondering and concerned about him. And Uruharu, he even notices that. He can tell it's getting absorbed. But we see up at the palace, Juai, he staggers, you know, and he staggers. One hand touches the top of the Soul King, and Star Knight X, he goes on to ask him, is he okay? And basically you see this black sludge just coming out of Juai's cloak, and it's just and we see it's like these little tiny little creatures, these little babies with like one eye. They're all black, but they have one eye, and they're saying chi, chi, chi. And they remind me of James, you know, when he was all in those tiny little bits of James, you know, stuff like that. It reminds me of that. And they go to lunge of Star Knight X, and he's like, man, what the hell are these things? So we see my boy Jugram, now, you know, Hashwall, he goes on to explain, like, look, they won't hurt you. Basically, he said, now that the power, what did he say? Because it messed me up. Like, it kind of confused me, too. Like, I believe he said the power that was, once the Soul King, now that the seal has been broken from the Soul King that was placed on him by the Shinigami, you know, the power is now free. But yet, it's so much power that, you know, it was just overflowing out of through Juhai's body, you know, that's basically the torrent. But yet when he said the Soul King, at first when he said it's too much for the Soul King to handle, so it was overflowing, we see that's what was happening to Juhai. So I don't know if Hashwas was referring to Juhai now as the Soul King, because he didn't say His Majesty, or maybe he was literally referring to the Soul King himself. Like, it was so much power. Maybe this is why his limbs had to be separated. Maybe it was a mutual thing that he was placed with this seal by the Shinigami, because he said now the Shinigami are the enemy. So first I was thinking, like, wait a minute, okay, he says now they're the enemy. They weren't the enemy before, because clearly the Royal Guard was protecting them, and clearly, you know, the Soul Reapers, their whole purpose is to maintain balance in the universe. So was that what it is? And we see the body of the Spirit King is frail and weak. You know, that was already confirmed. So it's the fact that he couldn't contain his own power in that frail body. So the limbs have to be removed and spread across the world in different dimensions, and yet he was placed in this seal by the Shinigami. I mean, let me know. I mean, damn. I mean, I was reading all these different translations. I read 3 different translations of it. So last chapter 620, we see after he absorbed Mimi Hagi and he had the different pattern and everything, he shot down that black beam of energy that went down, and we noticed, there's the hole. That because when the hand, Mimi Hagi, came out of Ukitake, it created a hole going up to the palace to hold the upper part of the Soul King. Now, we see that's the clear entrance for that stream. It seems like that beam is like for those little chi-chi powers, the torrent of the power to climb down. Yes, it was overflowing and falling like just a big sludge of rain, but it seemed like they were just coming down that stream of being very fast. And it has been very, very fast. We see how long it took Ichigo to get down there, but yet them things got down there very quickly. But then again, this is the overflowing power of the Soul King, so I guess there's no comparison there. And at that point, we see Soifon instantly. She's ready to go Bunkai. She's ready to blow that stuff out the sky. And that was a smart idea, but of course, they were just all overcame by the Chi-Chis, the torrent of the power of the Soul King. And we see all the different Shinigami, Hisagi, Yumachika, Ikaku, excuse me, they all go Shikai and try to fight off the torrent of the power. We see Byaku or Renji, and they're constantly swinging and swinging and swinging. We see a little comedy between Soifon and Omeda, something I really didn't care about. And at that point, we see Aizen comes into the mix. He tells him, like, look, you're all looking silly, swinging your weapons around, going Shikai. All you have to do is use your spiritual power. And he's in a cheer. You see the cheer. First, you see the Chi-Chis reacting to his spiritual power. Then we see the part of the cheer crush one of them, and it's just Aizen right there, still in the throne. How is he moving around in the throne? I mean, on the chair, I don't know. Can it float, levitate? Is he controlling it? It's crazy. But at first, when Rukia seen Aizen, when she said, no way, like, it can't be like I was hoping it was Grimmjow. I don't know, I was just hoping so bad it was Grimmjow, but I'm like, damn, it was Aizen. And this was one of my predictions, of course, that I was thinking with Bleach chapter 620. That Aizen was going to meet up with the rest of the crew. I kind of suspected that was going to happen, but I was just hoping it was going to be Grimmjow. But see, this chapter felt very short. I mean, very, very short. Like, I was thinking, man, I guess most of the pages took up the Shinigami fighting off against the torrent of the Soul King. Now, last chapter, Bleach 620, it really made me feel like a lot of this was damn near for nothing. Like, damn, the whole collapse of the different worlds, Hueco the real world, Soul Society. It made, the impact wasn't there for me. Number one, when they showed the worlds collapsing, the tremors and the earthquake, and they showed the hollows running and everything, I knew these worlds were not going to collapse. Because if the worlds collapse, all the characters die in the Bleach. I knew that was not going to happen. So, with Ichigo going up to the Soul Palace to train, just to get kicked out, just to go back up, just to get kicked out, just to go, it's like, damn. And then they all go up there, and it seems like, when I say all, Ichigo and friends, Yoruichi, Ganju, Orihime, Chad, they go up there to meet up against Juha. I'm thinking it's going to be a good fight. I knew this was not going to be the final fight. I seen topics saying like, oh, it's the final showdown now. A powered up Ichigo versus Juha right here in the Soul Palace. Perfect battlegrounds. Let's do this. No, I knew this was not going to be the case. But I was a little bit disappointed due to the fact that I was expecting more out of Ichigo. I know Juha is overhacked now. I mean, he has his signature default abilities. Blue vein, blue artery, absorb this, take that, give this. Omeyama's Bunkai. This motivator now has Mimi Hagi. And possibly still a Vol standing. I mean, what the hell? But I was expecting Ichigo to do more. Yes, he did fire Black Getsuga, which I thought was cool, and it made sense because we all know the Black Getsuga originated from Hollow Ichigo, which is his Zanpato spear originally. So that did make sense, and I do like that because, like I said, he's in Shikai and he fighting Black Getsuga. But I was expecting more. And Uryu shot up the ground and made them all fall. Yeah, and then X-Axis shot Ichigo while he was falling down. And I'm thinking like, okay, whatever happened to getting some footing or gripping the air? We all know it's not literally the air, it's the spirit particles that they gather, but whatever happened to that? What about Orihime, you know, using her ability to make the barrier so they could just fall on that? What? I'm like, so they just fall, like that's it. They just fall all the way to the ground, and then it was stated that if the fall don't kill them, they won't have a way to get back up. I'm like, so it was all for nothing, but I'm pretty sure they will have a way to get back up because of now that Aizen is here, and he's basically going to destroy the torrent of the power. I think Ichigo and friends are going to meet up with the rest of the Shinigami along with Aizen. They're all going to have a big conversation like, why are you here? Who agreed to this? We can't trust them. What's going to happen? They're going to make their way through the door, if they can, and go back up there. I mean, and now that the enemies is the Shinigami, you know, makes you think, okay, the Squad Zero, what, like, they still need to have a Bunkai to be shown. They really do. So they're down and out. I know they're not dead. So I don't know why they just won't finish them off while they're laying on the ground. I know they're not dead because we still need to see a Bunkai. And that same thing goes for Ukitake. Something needs to happen with him. Yes, we probably won't see him in action again for a long time. He's going to get his treatment. But I wish his character would do more. But overall, the Bleach chapter 621 felt very short. The only two things that mattered to me in the chapter was the arrival of Aizen, which I kind of knew that was going to happen. And of course, this whole sealing statement that Hashwolf made regarding the Soul King and his powers. You know, that right there, more questions, which Kubo loves to do that. And again, I don't know why people say Bleach is going to end this year. It's not going to end this year. No. It's still more things to tell throughout Bleach. Still more things to happen. I mean, hopefully next week's chapter will be better than this week's and the one before. This one was, this one just mainly fell short. But last week's, just the things that actually happened, I'm like, what? And I actually expected the conversation to go bigger, more deeper between Ichigo and Uryu. I guess, you know, they were, you know, on a crunch time thing, you know, Ichigo and friends. But of course, it went by, I guess, as predictable as it could be. Ichigo hollering, what are you doing? Stop this. Come back. We're friends. You shouldn't be doing this. Why are you doing this? And Uryu just answered, it's simple. Are you this thick-headed? I'm a Quincy. Now, I don't know if that was cold for saying, I'm a Quincy. I can get this close to him. Or I'm a Quincy, like, I can really be a main Achilles heel towards Juai because I drank his blood. You know, I'm the successor of the Almighty. You know, maybe I'm going to figure out a way to have my eyes, you know, be able to see into the future. Who knows? But we clearly can tell Uryu is not truly evil. I mean, he didn't even really try to kill Ichigo and them. Yeah, he fired at Ichigo after he told him all not to move, but he fired at the Zanpakuto. But see, he just shot the ground. Because I think Uryu knew the fall wasn't going to kill him, or they were going to think of something. So, you can clearly tell right there. But, Elite, that's all I have for this review. It feels very good to be back. Trust me, I have other videos lined up, unboxings, impressions, things of that nature. I've been keeping up with a lot of things, even though I wasn't able to put out any reviews or videos. I've been keeping up. So, of course, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, I gotta say thank you for everyone who stayed subscribed to me, who stayed keeping up with all my posts and feeds, and seeing if I was back on YouTube. But now that I'm back on schedule, it's me, the Elite Ace. I'm sorry, Captain Visor Ace. And I'll see you all next week. Signing out.